Hi, and welcome to my second favorite country in the world. Although with the weather we're having right now, it may be moving down to at least 5th or 6th. We are in Spain, Sitges, Spain to be very specific. And when this place closes for the season, they close for the season. We are here for 4 more days, and then we are off for parts unknown. All will be explained, trust me. I don't even know why I came out here in the rain. I'm over there where it's dry, but I decided this would actually make a better video, so I'm going back where it's dry. Sorry.
Subscribe for more videos.
Hi, I'm Rick, and welcome back to the journey. And yes, it is a very rainy day here in the Sitges, Spain. We have 4 days left before we have to hop an ocean liner, of all things, to head back to the States. And we are in a country that we absolutely love. We're going to be visiting Barcelona. We're going to be staying here in Sitges. Well, we only have 4 days. That's pretty much all we're going to do. Anyway, by the time you see me next, I'm going to be in Barcelona. We took a train up from Sitges. If you've never been here before, it's about 30-40 minute train ride. They're neighboring, even though they are kind of far apart. Spain does transportation perfectly. Oh, look, it's the Christmas season. And you know, this is one of those, if you know, you know. Now, we used to live here in Barcelona on and off. It became so expensive that the only way we can kind of afford to come to Barcelona is to go through another city and take a train in. I think it was €9 for both of us, round trip to come and go, half hour. We spent longer than that in Turkey just taking bus rides. So, oh, it is so good to be back home. I am going to enjoy today. Just so everybody knows, Nikki went to the breakfast buffet and stole food.
No, that's my
so we can have leftovers.
No,
she stole food.
I don't throw away food that I need.
There is a book that I absolutely love. It's about 5,000 pages long. It is about the building of this cathedral. It's a work of fiction, but at the same time, it has a lot of truisms. I have been by this so many times, and I've never actually gone in. Well, today we go in. It's always fascinated me about the book, it was not about the cathedral, but at the same time it was all of the characters, and it was incredibly historically accurate. It was their lives in and around, centered around building this. We used to live just, I don't know, 5-minute walk that way. Never came up here and saw it. Walked by it 1,000 times. Never knew what it looked like inside. It's actually very, very beautiful. So, there you go. I finally made it. All right, now for the other 5,000 places I've never seen. Do you see this giant crowd, this massive people up there? This is the square between the Catalonian and the Spanish government centers, and they are always filled with people. There's always a protest. Oh, baby. They have the Castellers. Or they have, oh, if this is what I think it is, you people are in for a treat. Okay, I'll tell you who they are in a second. Oh, I hope they're getting ready to go and they haven't gone already. Anyway, there's usually tons of protests in here, and you just sort of go to your corner and figure out where your people are. Oh, please don't be done. Please be doing something. Oh, I think they're planning. You'll see what they do, and then I'll explain it to you. There's no way I can do it justice. the first time we've seen them do the linear thing. Normally they do a giant vertical tower, like 7-8 rows, and often they fall. It's kind of scary. And then a little kid with a little helmet on, they climb up to the top, they go, ta-da, and then they climb back down. And I think they're all done. But I like that one. I'm so happy we got to see it. Okay, I've lost Nikki. Nope, there she is. That's the biggest problem with Barcelona, by the way. It is seriously crowded, and you got to keep your hand covering things because they will be lifted from you. What the hell is that? You can see, I am not sure what the weather's going to bring. It was sunny when we left Sitges this morning. Kind of rained all the way here. The gods have not decided for us right now. Doesn't matter. I'm in Barcelona. Okay, I apologize deeply to everyone, but we are about to go into the touristiest of tourists sections in Barcelona, one of two. This is proverbial. It is a big courtyard square filled with restaurants that charge 8 times the price of everywhere else for mediocre food. But you got to come here, you got to take your pictures. Looks like they have some kind of march stuff going on today. And then in a second, we're going to go over to my least favorite place in all of Barcelona, and the most touristy, Las Ramblas. It's where you're guaranteed to get pickpocketed and ripped off. But it's a thing. You have to do it. It is pretty. Probably take a right if you want to go to Raval. Now on the fun news side, that corner right there, there's a bar that's on the second floor that you got to have a password to get into the door. And then you go upstairs and it's, honest to God, a 1930s speakeasy. The drinks are incredible. I forgot what the password was. It's been a few years. It's still very cool. What was it?
Bar's name is Pipa.
Bars and Tipa.
The bar name is Pipa.
Oh, Tipa. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Nikki's filling me in. Oh, I hate this part. You will notice my hand will never leave my bag on this street. Trust me, this is the place to get pickpocketed if you're not on the metro. Las Ramblas is just basically the center of this street that goes between Raval and the Gothic district. And it's just filled with shops and restaurants, but it's where everyone thinks you have to come to see Barcelona. And it's, I don't know, I sound like an anti-tourist pig, but truthfully, this is not the real Barcelona. This is overpriced. You do it once and then you get the hell out. I just realized that I'm starting to sound very negative about Barcelona, and that could not be farther from the truth. I mentioned, oh, that's kind of funny. It's, well, you can read the name of that yourself. It's closed. Anyway, I said earlier that I was home, and that's literally true. Nikki and I got our non-lucrative visas, our residency permits to live in Spain, and we were going to live here in Barcelona. That was March of 2020 that we had our airline tickets. You know what happened back then. The first thing was that the airlines canceled all flights in and out of, well, here. And then 2 days later, they physically closed the country borders to anybody who was not already a resident. We had 30 days to get here to fill out our paperwork to become a resident. It was a catch-22. You can't get here to fill out the paperwork to become a resident, and if we weren't a resident, we couldn't come in here to fill out the paperwork. So, yeah, our big move to Spain, our big move to making all of this home, never happened. Thank you, COVID. But we have come back several times since, because while we do love this place and we love Barcelona, we love Spain even more. And so we've just been spending, well, every moment we can, every moment we're allowed to be here, Oh, I got to explain that later, because pretty soon we're going to have more than 90 days. Right now, you, I, normal people, can't be here more than 90 days out of every 6 months. We found a workaround. I'll tell you all about it after we explore some more. Oh, good. The sun's starting to come out. I am really worried about that, by the way. And this is, I realize many people in the States will not understand this word. This is called a chino. Chino is in Chinese. It's, I don't know what you call it, a five and dime. It's a store where you can find absolutely anything and everything. And there's a lot of chinos around. And so if you have a, like, oh, I need a left-handed pencil eraser, you come to a chino. I know it sounds racist as hell, but it's what they call them here. They also have something called Pakis. Pakis for Pakistan. They're little small convenience stores, like a little mini supermarket. Picture a 7-Eleven, kind of on steroids, kind of not. Those are Pakis. They always have fresh fruits and vegetables. We used to always come back from our nightly excursions. Whoops, I'm knocking things over. We would always come back from our nightly excursions and stop at a Paki. Am I doing that right? Yes. Just get all of our fruits and vegetables for the next day. It's kind of a Barcelona thing. I don't fit in here, so give me a minute. Nikki just realized that, oh, maybe they have clothing in. Absolutely, they do.
You just wear one pair of underwear, one pair of socks.
Yes, and I'm sure they're not going to fit me. Literally, anything you need, you will find it here. Oh, for the record, Nikki just informed me that chino is no longer the appropriate word. They are trying to teach everyone to say bazaar. So henceforth, those places are called bazaars. I don't know what we're supposed to start calling the little supermarkets. Maybe just call them little supermarkets. I think we say that every time, and then we go, oh, look, there it is. We're looking for a cat, a very large black cat. You'll see in a second. Nope, still no cat. Nikki and I were just joking. There's several neighborhoods in Barcelona in the old city. Raval is one of them, which is where we are. It's sort of known for being Moorish, I guess you would say. And every restaurant up and down here is Turkish, Iranian, all the food that we just finished saying a week ago that we were like growing tired of. We came to the neighborhood. I found the cat. We came to the neighborhood where they serve it. Give it a second. You'll see. I forgot who did this. I think the artist's name is Miro. Oh, look, it's anatomically correct. That's going to get me demonetized. It's just a black cat. I don't know why. We just think it's funny to come up and see it all the time. Everyone's got to take a picture. Oh, yep. Mission accomplished. We found the cat. All right, boys and girls, here's the plan. We are heading for a tea house called Salterio. It's hard to explain. We found it late one night. I don't know, like maybe 3, 4 in the morning. I don't know what it was. And yeah, we were being naughty that night, but we were hungry. And we found this tea house just open in the middle of nowhere. It's the tiniest little place you've ever seen. I have no idea how they actually cook food. You'll see in a second. We're going to try to find it. Hopefully they'll be open. Oh, we're in the bakery section here. Whoop, where's Nikki going? She's being sucked into a ferreteria. After the hardware store, we got sucked into the clothing store. Will we make it? It is the quest of the day. Will Rick and Nikki make it to the tea house? My vote? I'm not entirely sure yet. This, my friends, is back to, well, that street that I really don't like. It divides the Gothic district from Raval. Gothic is what you think of when you are in Barcelona. It is the oldest old part of the city where you'll see, because that's where we're going. It's very, very old, very, very cool. It's just, you got to cross through no man's land to get to it. would be so much easier to film if everyone didn't have an umbrella. So, can you see? Can you see? Anybody? Bueller? Okay. Yeah, this is not going to be easy. Anyway, I'll hold it up high. This is the Gothic district. This is what you have for blocks and blocks and blocks in many directions, and you will never find your way out. We have been lost in here for hours, and I mean that in a good way. I would say we're getting close and that this feels familiar, but when you're here in the Gothic, everything feels familiar. No, this is not where I thought we were, unless it is. Oh crap, a wall of people. No, it looks like 2 blocks up, turn left.
Well, this is
Yeah, kind of up that way. It's this one, yes? This feels about right. Oh, it's where the light is. The other way, the other side. Okay, y'all missed everything because my stupid microphone turned itself off. Statue, Christopher Columbus, pointing off to the New World. You can go in underneath, and you can ride an elevator up that little narrow thing to the top. 2-3 people fit in there, maybe 6 on the top. What else did you miss during the whole time the microphone didn't work? We're going to the mall, we're heading there to the water. Oh, and the restaurant we were in, the place you saw, that was it. There is no kitchen. They do everything behind the bar. How they do it, I have no idea. We love the place. There, you're caught up. I think everything's working. All the lights are on. You on? Hello? 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 Yep, okay. God, I hate I hate this camera sometimes. And here we are. And you know, in all truth and honesty, I'm going to spare you what I'm about to go through. When we pick up this tale in a second, time will have passed. Okay, Ricky got a hall pass. Nikki is shopping. I'm just going to sit outside and not shop. Ooh, by the way, if you're ever here, do not ever go into that restaurant. It's the McDonald's of tapas. Just don't. Okay, I'm back to being negative. But God, I hate shopping malls. It brings out the worst in me. Where'd I get beer? Tapa has beer. I mean, they can't screw that up. Okay, I will probably get more into this tomorrow because, well, I'm not quite sure what else to talk to you about tomorrow when we're back in Sitges. Barcelona. There's something about this town. It is crowded. It is noisy. It is pickpockety. It is everything you think you would hate, and there's something about it that just calls to me. I truly love this city. But I think more than anything is I love Spain. I also mentioned somewhere earlier in this video that this is my second favorite country. Hi, and welcome to my second favorite country in the world, being Spain. And that's true. I don't know if you caught that, but you're probably wondering what my first is. I'm gonna have to think of ways to tell you that. So just hang on just a couple more minutes, because it's complicated. First is tide, and one's a country and one's a city. So I got to figure out how to actually share that best. But yeah, Spain. Spain feels like home. Nikki said something when we first came here the very first time. She said, have you ever been homesick for a place that you've never been before? That's how we felt every single time we come to this city and to this country. It's sometimes you just know you're home. You just know you're in the right place. Okay, this is really funny. I just told Nikki, hey, that's our laundry. This is our old neighborhood. This is Barcelona. Way, way back in the day, this was the fishing village. And we've lived here twice for 3 months each time. It's now not a fishing village, it's where the beach is. It's also where all the cruise ships, the scourge people. Go right, baby. That's a huge market. It's closed on Sunday, otherwise I'd show it to you. That's where we always did our shopping. Oh, this is just too much fun. I have not been back here in quite a while. I don't even know where to begin. It's just, whoops. Nikki discovered a ferreteria. Oh, all of these places in here. This is my tapas bars and my drinks. Kids are always out here playing soccer. Like I say, the market right there is, you need some fresh food, it's in there. Everything is in there. We used to live, well, the truck's going to hit us. You can't really see it. There's a little blue sign just up there on the left. That was our apartment. I definitely remember those stairs. I just don't remember which one we were on. I think we were like third floor. 0, 1, 2, 3. Yep. The beach is 2 blocks that way, which is where we're heading next. You know, once Nikki gets out of the ferreteria. This is just, this is making me happy. Oh, I wonder if, I'm gonna have to see if my favorite restaurant in this neighborhood is here still. When she gets out, we'll walk by and see. And I gotta show you the beach. And then kind of tell you what this place really, really means to me, because I'm having old home week right now. Oh, I remember now. It used to be, what was it before?
Révalo.
Révalo. Now it's La Violeta. The first time we came here, we loved the place. And the second time we came here, new management. So, then this, oh, they put little booths up. This was my place here. This is where I used to come have my beers and my tapas. This is where, when my daughter came to visit us, well, the waiter was very attracted to her. It was really funny. It was so cute. I know this makes no sense to all of you, but I am having such a blast. This is bringing back so many great memories. Speaking of my daughter, I've told this story before, but I will share my shame with you now. When she was here, we decided we wanted to go, stand-up paddling on the ocean. And we got there, and the guy said, I don't want to rent you the paddle boards because the water is so bad. Well, we said, no, we can handle it. Kimmy, my daughter, got on a paddleboard and promptly went whoosh. I mean, not just a little whoosh. It took her out to the sea to the point we couldn't see her anymore. And I am running down the beach from lifeguard station to lifeguard station, trying to get anybody to help me. Nikki ran to some police officers, and she's trying to get somebody mobilized. Couldn't find her. We didn't know where she was. It's just going mad. And finally, about a mile down the beach down here, I was yelling at yet another lifeguard, and somebody came up and tapped me on the shoulder and went, hi, Dad. Hi, Dad. She was washed out so far into the ocean, somebody picked her up in a boat and convinced her that there was no way in hell she was coming back in. They took her to the marina, and she just started walking back and casually just found us. I think Nikki was as shocked as I was at that moment. So yeah, when the guy renting you the paddleboard says don't go out, don't go out. And it was right there. Those guys right there. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to them next time. Holy moly, that's a little windy. Oh, this is definitely the old neighborhood. I mean, it's a really tough existence having to live on a beach. Ooh, the waves are up too. I'm just sitting here. I have 1,001 stories I could bore you with, but I think I'm going to keep most of these to myself. There's some pretty great memories here. Are we up here this far up? Like were one of these streets ours? It looks really familiar. I think we were maybe down one more the very first time we were here. Sorry, I told you I wasn't going to give you any more stories, but I'm having too much fun. Yep. We liked that coffee. Oh, and this was our Paki. We stopped there every single night. Yes, refer back to the Paki. Okay, that's it for Old Home Week. We are leaving Barcelona. We're heading back for the train and back to Sitges. It's been a long, tiring day. But we're not done with this video yet. Oh, no, 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 no. Once we get back and rested, we'll catch you up on all the stuff. We have a lot of loose ends we got to clip up, close up. We got to do something with them. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back, everybody, to Sitges. Okay, I have a huge admission to make. Today is not today, it's not tomorrow, it might be yesterday. I don't film these things in order. Earlier today, it was pouring down raining. This was all completely wet, completely empty, and I told you that I would see you in Barcelona. I haven't yet been to Barcelona, that's my tomorrow. But for you, it's already happened, so welcome back to Sitges on whatever day it is. I got a lot to show you, now that the rain has stopped. I would not mind. By the way, if you're ever in Sitges, it's a weird recommendation, but the best coffee and chai you've ever had. I'm just going to keep holding this so you won't eat. That way I can get it later. Is that? Oh, it's written in dust. I'll try. You get. Hi.
And I'm gonna do a cinnamon stick to the.
Thank you. I don't know why. I don't know what. Oh, that's the cinnamon. I love chai tea. We have azúcar. Does it need it is the question. Does not need it. Seriously, I hate doing the Travel Channel thing, but if you're ever here and you're into some good, this is the place. Absolute best chai I've ever had anywhere. I feel kind of bad because it's all, yeah, now I feel really horrible. Oh, we're at Roig. So what makes Spain my second favorite country? Well, they have a phrase here they call no pasa nada. You hear it all the time. It basically means, it doesn't mean a thing, no worries. It just means be chill. Now, that doesn't mean that they're, Big Lebowski type slackers and they don't do anything around here. Trust me, they work very, very hard. But the mentality of Spain is just to live life. You don't work to live, you live to work, or however it goes backwards and forward. They enjoy life here, and they enjoy life very much, and they're not very judgmental. This town of Sitges, they don't care. Everywhere in Spain, love who you love, like who you like, do what you want to do. As long as you're not hurting somebody else, go for it. And that's the part that I love most about Spain. It's just, it fits me. The culture, the people, everything just fits me. Hi, and no, this is not footage from the day before yesterday. This is, ow, that was cold. This is footage from today. Yesterday was Barcelona for me, and it is raining. This is actually the lull. This is the incredible lull in the rain, so I came out here. with my umbrella to talk to you because we have loose ends. We do indeed. Let's see, I need to talk to you about how Nikki and I are going to subvert the Spanish immigration system so we can stay there longer than 90 days. We had that whole bit about, but Rick, this is your second favorite country. What's number one? Got to talk about that too. But before we do that, I think I'm going to try to find a slightly drier place. We need to talk about what's happening in 2 days because it's kind of important. Look, fun-loving people. I'll put this in a Fahrenheit for you. It's maybe 50 degrees out here. That water's probably also 50 degrees. Nah. I do not like cold water on my body, as you have seen in previous videos, but it looks like they're having fun. You know, at least they're not screaming. For reference, it is 10:30 in the morning, and there's only a handful of people out braving. Anyway, what are we going to talk about? Oh yeah, in 2 days' time, the cruise. And I have to make a little apology here first. I'm going into radio silence. Well, this is going to be the last video you see for about 3 weeks. And the reason is we're actually going to be on the water for 18 days. On the water meaning the ocean. I don't think I'm going to have the ability to film and upload. Oh look, a nice wet street. I am not going to have the ability to film and upload on the ocean. So what I'm going to do is create a big, loving, fun, happy, joy-filled, God, I hate cruising kind of video. I'll just post it when we get to Miami. I don't know what kind of internet we have. I bought the package, but I am not hopeful. So anyway, that's what's happening to us. I am going to try today or tomorrow to film a Patreon video, sort of explaining what's going to be happening for the next 3 weeks. So feel free to go over there, join, it's free, and give you a sneak preview of what's about to happen to Nikki and I, and how we're about to change seasons. I know it may not make much sense. Head over to Patreon. You'll figure it out. Okay, what should we do first? Spain or second favorite country? Let's do second favorite country because it's actually kind of easy. First is kind of a country, kind of not. And they're both tied. There are 2 places in Mexico that I absolutely love. The 4 months we spent in Baja was so perfect for me. Yes, there's not a lot of creature comforts there at all. You're living in a bus, you're scraping by, but you don't care. You get this Baja chill, and I absolutely love the feeling I get in Baja. And we are going back as part of going back to the States, getting the bus running again. I'm assuming it's going to run. It's been parked for 6 months. There's a town down in the Yucatan called Mérida and Progreso Beach and all around that area that I absolutely love as well. It feels very comfortable to me. That's kind of a tie for first. It might actually be in third. My number one takes a little explaining because it ain't a country. In fact, it's not even really a town. This whole journey of ours started a little over 3 years ago. God, maybe even more. I burned out from my job. I completely just could not stand it anymore. It wasn't a, oh boy, I really wish I could retire. It was, I'm going to commit murder so I can go to prison because I can't deal with this anymore. Somebody please feed me. It was that bad. The very first place we went was Costa Rica and this little town called Puerto Viejo, which I absolutely hated at the time. That's my favorite place in the world, of all places, anywhere. I hated it then, but I would have hated anything. I was so fried. All I wanted to do was be miserable and to loathe things I was not in a good place. It took me months and months and months, the better part of a year, just to get my head swiveled on correctly. And then when I kind of look back, and I look back at the videos I made of the place, it was probably the most perfect spot on earth for me. Now I have to describe it. The entire town is in the middle of nowhere. It's on the coast. It's maybe a quarter of a mile long, end to end, maybe. There's one street. It's not really paved. A water truck goes by a couple times a day to spray water to keep the dust down. There ain't much there at all. And I think that's what sort of clicked. When you are You're there sitting on the beach with the monkeys running in the trees overhead. Or you're just going down to a bar or chatting with people or going to the one supermarket, which ain't too super. It's just a life where you can not worry and not think about anything. So that's why I'm confused. Europe, Spain in particular, oh, it's lively. Things are happening. There's so much to explore. And I absolutely love the mix of cultures, the mix of everything. But on the other hand, my ties for number one, just being able to do absolutely frickin' nothing, to just chill. I think that's what we're gonna wind up doing as the world moves forward, is spend 6 months just doing nothing but counting lint from our belly button, and the other half being somewhere like this, enjoying everything we can enjoy. How we're going to subvert the Spanish immigration system. This is actually pretty easy, but it requires just a teeny bit of background. They have this thing called the Schengen Zone. It's a conglomeration of countries over here in Europe that once you are in the zone, you can stay in the zone. It's like being in the United States. You don't have to show a passport to go from Texas to California, although probably if you went the other way, the Texans would like it better. Anyway, you can go where you want to go, country to country. Once you're in, you're in. But the caveat is every 180 days, every 6 months, you can only be in the zone for 90 days. And then you got to leave. You got to wait, and you can come back. That's what we've been doing, is doing what's called the Schengen Shuffle. We spend 90 days in, right up to our 90th day. And then we vamoose. That's why we were in Eastern Europe and Turkey and all those places. They're not in Schengen. So how are we going to get around it? Well, it's actually legal. Choices, nope, there's a car going there. This is our choice here. Nikki's grandfather was born and lived in Spain throughout his childhood. When he became a young man, and there was some discussion whether he was 18 or 19, his family put him on a ship and sent him to Cuba. Now, at the time, Cuba wasn't Cuba. Cuba was, well, a nicer place to go. Spain was in the throes of Franco. It was a very oppressive place. They sent him off to try to have a better life. Lo and behold, the island became communist, actually became a dictatorship. But I'm getting ahead of myself, or behind myself. Spain has a program for, relatives like Nikki. She is allowed to get her Spanish citizenship just by, it's a lot of paperwork. It's Spain. There's a bit of bureaucracy here. But she has all the paperwork. She just has to submit it to the consulate. A little more paperwork, a little more whatever you got to do. And she becomes a Spanish citizen. They are bringing back families of people who were forced out of Spain to reabsorb their old country. And it is something she is very actively doing. We've been working on it for about a year now. Well, as her domestic partner / husband / whatever the hell I am, I can get residency as well. How long can we stay in Spain and essentially the Schengen and anywhere around here? Unlimited. There is no limit at all. If we want to come for 2 weeks, if we want to come for 2 years, she's a Spanish citizen, and I will be a Spanish resident. None of this is happening yet, but we're getting back to Miami on that ship that I talked about, and she's going to spend quite a bit of time getting that finalized, just crossing all the I's and T's and getting her citizenship, which means doing this whole first country, second country shuffle takes that off of our shoulders. Now, one last thing I do want to mention is we're not quite sure how that part's going to work because finances. As you probably picked up in the last few videos, I'm living on half of a Social Security check now, thanks to my ex-wife. We got to figure out ways of making all of this work. Living in a bus in Baja is affordable. Coming to Spain, a little bit less so. She can work here in Spain, and I guess technically I could too as a resident. All of that is unknown. We don't know how that's going to work, but none of that's going to happen until we get going. So tomorrow we start packing our bags. We get on that ship. I take a 3-week hiatus from you guys. Maybe at some point the YouTube channel takes off. But then season 11 starts. The rebuilding. The whole past season 10 and I guess season 9 as well for me was simply putting my life back together and figuring out what direction to go. Season 11, that's where we actually get going. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and being a part of all this, and I cannot wait to share everything that's coming up into the future. It is you has been my outlet. It is you has been my therapy. It has been you who has been my friend and made this all worthwhile. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Be healthy, be happy. We will see you. Well, not soon. I'll see you in 3 weeks.